Hey, how you doing today? I am Tequila Coleman. In today's video, I'm going to answer one of our God ordained spouse question. Um, so here's the question. She said, "Hey, I have a question for you. Hopefully, you'll answer it. I've been waiting for my God ordained spouse for almost 2 years now, and currently we've been separated with no contact whatsoever. He's with a counterfeit, and we haven't spoken for over more than 2 years. It has been a tough journey, and lately I started to think about him very little. I don't seem to miss him, and things don't remind me of him as much. I feel like I'm moving on without my knowing it. It's not something I'm doing by myself, but it's just something that's happening. My question to you is, what does it mean to not remember, miss your God ordained spouse? And why do I feel like I'm moving on from him without me trying to? Is it a good thing? Thank you so much. So thank you for sending in your question. Is it a good thing, for you to feel like you're moving on without you even trying to, from your God ordained spouse? It could be a good thing, because the beauty in feeling this way is that you're not obsessed, right? You're not obsessing over this God ordained love story. You're not checking, stalking the social media pages. You're not consumed, putting your life on hold with, what your God ordained spouse is doing, wondering, wishing when they're going to come back. That's the beauty in where you are right now. And this could be the Lord just, allowing you to go through these emotions, right? Just because you feel this way, it doesn't mean, God's not going to fulfill his promise. God can, like I said, he could be moving you through these emotions and allowing you to feel this way, for your own reason. But God can also, he could be using this because he wants you to focus on something else, right? He don't, he would use, God uses everything, okay? He would even use, sometimes we could suppress our own emotions and not even be aware of it. It's been 2 years, since you've been separated from your God ordained spouse. You do know your spouse is with a counterfeit. Sometimes we can suppress these emotions. Sometimes we have thoughts that come to our mind every blue moon. What if they don't never come back and choose me? What if, my spouse choose the counterfeit? What if they never come into agreement with this God ordained marriage, right? And when these type of thoughts come to our mind, it makes you feel rejected. It make you probably even feel like a fool for standing and believing. And then, like I said, sometimes without knowing it, we can suppress our emotion. We can try to make ourselves forget about our spouse. But even in all of this, right? God will use that. He will allow you, and I'm not saying you're doing it, but he will allow you to feel however way you are feeling. And God will meet you right there, and he will lead you into your next step. So your next step could be God is calling for you to turn your attention to something else. Maybe it's to step into purpose, right? It's good, like I said at the beginning, it's good that you're not obsessing over this love story. It's good that you're not up under heavy spiritual warfare attacks. It's good that you're not checking or stalking the social media pages. All of these things are good because now you have the mental clarity to focus on you and your life and your purpose. Okay. So, you know, and even if you don't miss your God ordained spouse, that can be okay too. See, it's all about you knowing who you are, right? You might not be the type that, that easily miss people, all like that, you know. You know, I just say don't overthink it. It is what it is. When it's time for God to bring these feelings and emotions back, he will. Okay. He knows exactly how to do it. He will bring it back. And also know, just because you feel like you're moving on from your spouse, it doesn't necessarily mean God is moving you alone, like moving you away from it. Okay. Because God, he's the backdoor God. He will take you around the corner. He'll take you a whole different route to get to the promise. Okay. So even though it's feeling like I'm moving away from it, you actually, this could be a piece to the puzzle that God is taking you around this love story. He's putting things in place, and it just feel like to you, I'm moving around it or I'm moving away from it, when really you are moving, actually towards it. This is a piece to the puzzle. Okay. So just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. Allow God to continue to lead you in this God ordained love story. And just know, okay, when it's time for these feelings for your spouse to come back, they will. Okay. So that is my advice and recommendations. Listen, tonight inside of our God ordained marriage prep boot camp, it is for our God ordained future husbands. Okay. We got our first husband who signed up last night. So tonight, we are talking all about headship, just leading like Christ. We're going to really go into how do you love your wife, how do you properly love your wife, how to protect her, right? Because most men, men are built to protect their wives, but here's the thing, you can be protecting your wife and she can be feeling like my husband doesn't protect me, right? Because there's a disconnect somewhere, right? There's a disconnect. She viewed protection a whole different way. She viewed loving her a whole different way. And so we're going to talk about this, okay? Because this is one of the reasons why marriages are ending in divorce, because we think, we loving our spouses in the way how they need to be loved, when really we loving them the way how we how we love them based upon our own love language, right? We're protecting them. We're protecting our spouses the way how we know how to protect, and it's going over their head. It's not really touching their heart. So we're going to go deeper in this tonight. I'm going to reveal to you all, some tips, some strategies, just on how to just lead well as a husband. And I know you're probably like, how can you teach that and you're a woman? Easily, because God, he teaches me everything. Okay. He teaches me, he's prepared me for this calling. He's prepared me for, just to lead you all into your God ordained love story. So I'm just going to pour out, into the God ordained future husband tonight, what God has given me. Okay. And into our God ordained future wives. So if you haven't already signed up, you still have time. Head over to godordainedmarriages.com/bootcamp, or click the link in the description area and sign up. Okay. Class starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. All right. So that is it. I am Tequila Coleman. I'll talk to you all real soon. Take care.